Misconceptions about the Trinity. Misconception. The Trinity was a concept developed in the 4th century. Refutation. While the Nicene Creed, 325 AD, and later councils clarified the doctrine of the Trinity, the concept is rooted in the New Testament itself. The Church merely articulated and defended this biblical teaching against heresies. Misconception. Jesus became the Son of God at his baptism. Refutation. Jesus' divine sonship is eternal, not something he acquired during his earthly life. Hebrews 13:8. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. Misconception. Jesus only became divine after his resurrection. Refutation. Jesus' divinity is eternal, and he did not become God at a certain point in time. John 8:58. Before Abraham was, I am, where Jesus identifies himself with the eternal God of Exodus 3:14. Misconception. The Holy Spirit is the result of the love between the Father and the Son, not a distinct person. Refutation. The Bible depicts the Holy Spirit as a distinct person with his own will, emotions, and actions. 1 Corinthians 12:11. All these are the work of one and the same Spirit, and he distributes them to each one, just as he determines. Misconception. The word Trinity doesn't appear in the Bible, so the doctrine is not biblical. Refutation. While the term Trinity isn't in the Bible, the concept is. It's derived from the Bible's consistent portrayal of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit as both distinct and divine. Misconception. The Trinity is just a repackaging of ancient pagan triads. Refutation. While some ancient religions had triads of gods, the concept of the Trinity is unique in its declaration of one God in 3 persons. The doctrine developed from the biblical data, not pagan concepts. Misconception. The Trinity means Christians believe in 3 gods. Refutation. The doctrine of the Trinity is clear. There is one God in 3 persons. Deuteronomy 6:4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Misconception. The Old Testament God is the Father, the New Testament introduces the Son, and the church age is the age of the Holy Spirit. Refutation. All 3 persons of the Trinity are eternal and present throughout the biblical narrative. The Old Testament has Christophanies, pre-incarnate appearances of Christ, and references to the Spirit's work. Misconception. Jesus' prayers were a mere formality, since praying to himself makes no sense. Refutation. Jesus, in his earthly ministry, prayed to the Father, demonstrating the relational dynamic within the Trinity. His prayers were genuine communication, not mere formality. John 17 is a prime example of Jesus' heartfelt prayer to the Father. Misconception. The Holy Spirit is just the power or energy of God, not a distinct person. Refutation. Scriptures attribute personal qualities and actions to the Holy Spirit. Ephesians chapter 4:30, for instance, says, "And do not grieve the Holy Spirit of God," which denotes a personal attribute. Misconception. The Holy Spirit was a New Testament addition to God's revelation. Refutation. The Spirit's presence and work are evident throughout the Old Testament. Psalm 139:7 asks, "Where can I go from your Spirit, or where can I flee from your presence?" Misconception. The Holy Spirit is a lesser or subordinate member of the Trinity. Refutation. The Holy Spirit is fully God, equal in essence and divinity with the Father and the Son. Acts 5:3-4 equates lying to the Holy Spirit with lying to God. Misconception. The Son of God title means Jesus was created by God. Refutation. In Jewish context, the title Son of God signifies a unique, intimate relationship with God, not a created existence. Colossians chapter 1:16-17 emphasizes that all things were created through and for Jesus, marking him as uncreated. Misconception. Jesus' mention of "my God" on the cross means he isn't divine. Refutation. Jesus quotes Psalm 22, a messianic psalm, demonstrating his experience of the weight of human sin and separation. His quoting doesn't negate his divinity, but shows his complete identification with human suffering. Misconception. The Father alone was involved in creation, not Jesus or the Holy Spirit. Refutation. The Bible reveals a collaborative act of creation. Genesis chapter 1-2 mentions the Spirit hovering over the waters, while John chapter 1-3 emphasizes that all things were made through the Word, Jesus.